everyone, it is that time, it is I. Let's hop in the car and take a drive out to Windsor Drive. That's our film for today, directed by Natalie Bible, and we get the story of River Miller, who is a guy who's having a really hard time emotionally dealing with the tragic sudden death of his girlfriend. And so he goes out to Hollywood, he's an actor, and goes out to Hollywood to try to further his acting career and try to leave the ghosts of past behind him. Unfortunately, those ghosts follow him and start tormenting him as he deals internally with his struggle of emotions and sanity. We also see how he deals with the struggle of trying to become an accomplished actor in Hollywood, which we know is a difficult job in itself. And we see how this tears at his sanity and presents itself in a surreal way in this film that is it attributes or described as David Lynch meets American Psycho. And I think that's a pretty accurate description of this movie. This film captures the spirit and is done in the way of David Lynch, but it never felt pretentious. It never felt like Natalie Bible's going, hey, look at me, look at what I could do. I think she wanted to tell the story in a similar style to David Lynch, and she accomplishes that here. We get a number of just surreal feeling scenes, taking a simple scene of people smoking, and she does an effect in here, she has an effect done in here that just gives it a little bit of extra surreal feeling, like, okay, we aren't quite watching the normal world here, or at least we're watching it through River Miller's eyes, who's not seeing the world in normal ways. And I think that's what this film really is trying to do. Tommy O'Reilly plays River Miller, and I really loved how we watch his descent into more and more madness as the film goes on, and his separation between reality and well, fantasy, if you will, things he makes up in his brain, how that kind of blurs more and more, and we get to see that firsthand, and that really done well in the cinematography that is presented here. Now, we've got Mandy Musgrave, who plays June, who becomes kind of the love interest for River Miller, and loved her character, this mousy kind of character, this assistant to this casting director that, River's trying to get close to, and you feel for her, you really do. You don't want anything bad to happen to June, and Mandy Musgrave makes you feel so sympathetic for her, the way she comes across on screen. Really, she was a character that really grabbed my heart, and I really was hoping nothing bad happened to her. Does it? Well, you're going to have to watch to find out. Jillian Murray we see as Jordana, the girl that our River Miller fell in love with, that had the tragic death, and we get to see her in flashbacks, and Jillian was fantastic in The Graves, loved her there, and she was in Cabin Fever, Patient Zero, loved her in this as well. Two surprise characters are Wolfric and Ivy. Now, Wolfric is played by Kane Dubois, and Anna Biani plays Ivy. This couple that ends up being in the same apartment area, rent out the room to River Miller. I want to see a film, or at least a short film, just about these two characters. They had a very kind of gothic vampire style to them, but they weren't vampires, but they felt like vampires, but they could be vampires, but that's never determined. Again, that David Lynchian style of surrealness that you're never quite sure what is reality and what is made up in the head of River Miller. Plays at it so well, and I would love a short film just with these two. Those who are Supernatural fans, look for Matt Cohen to make an appearance in here, and Entourage fans, Samara Armstrong, I know I mispronounced that, I do apologize, she makes an appearance in here as well, and she's in the film. It's a very interesting script that felt very similar to Starry Eyes, but the way it was presented kept me captivated throughout. A very stylish film that is worth your attention if you're looking for something a little different, or if you're a fan of David Lynch films, you may want to check it out. So check out Windsor Drive, just came out this past Tuesday, and I think it's worth your time if you're a fan of those type of films, looking for something a little different. If you enjoyed Starry Eyes, you will enjoy Windsor Drive, I think. And if you have seen Windsor Drive, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your constructive thoughts on it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for your support. Remember to support independent cinema, and as always, keep that ticket stub.